today's 7 on Sunday. Boom! I'm excited for today's topic because we're talking about the worst book cliffhangers, and I'm going to try and do it without saying anything. I'm just going to show the book, maybe give you a vague assumption of how I felt, but to be honest, it's been so long since I've read like freaking every book ever, because I used to always be more invested in cliffhangers, I think around the like 2016 to 2019 vibe. Like I feel like all these books kind of came from then. Some are more recent, but I actually don't know if these are the worst cliffhangers I've ever read, because I don't remember what I've read. I'm stressed about it. So like, hopefully this is a good list. I don't know if it's gonna be, and as I said, some of these might not even be great, but we're gonna talk about it because clearly, like, I had feelings obviously years and years ago, but like I haven't really read a good cliffhanger for a while. That's why I'm kind of scared with House of Sky and Breath, because I've heard things. So I don't know if I really want to experience it yet, but I'm gonna experience it because I'm too excited. Like, I think I'm gonna get to the point where shit starts going down soon, and I'm excited about it. But let's get into this video. I don't think I have to say much about Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Like, I feel like we all lived the same life when we read this book and it killed us. Because freaking damn, like, this was a betrayal that I didn't see coming, and it still shocks me to my core. Like, I remember when I read it the first time and my just reaction was, oh! Like, I was dying, okay? Like, I couldn't. And I'm so mad still that the rest of the series is so shit. This cliffhanger didn't deserve to just be crashed and burned like shit afterwards, but I still stand by the fact that this first book brought me many feelings. This right here just gives me pain, because I had to stew on this for 2 years about what the frick was gonna happen, because it didn't look good, it didn't seem happy, and everyone had a different reaction to it as characters, I mean, and just, like, it was so long. And especially when I finally got the 6th book, 7th, 8th, Kingdom of Ash finally came out, and literally after 2 days I was spoiled for everything because the internet's so great. But I remember when I first got it, I had to like skim the first 100 pages just to make sure that she was okay. Like, I know I could have read it, but I was so emotionally like ready, but not. Like, I just remember it was just a lot of pain having to experience this. I said a recent one was coming, and that's Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and J. Kristoff. So I say recent as in like a year ago, but I actually was not a big fan of Aurora Rising. It just felt so generic and repetitive. But this book went away from the stereotypes and had really decent storytelling, and then you get to the end and fucking shit's blowing up everywhere, and I was stressed and I didn't know what was happening. And thankfully, Aurora's end does help me know what's going on pretty much straight away, because some books sometimes like really hovering over you and don't tell you what's freaking going on and you're just stressed. I knew straight up that it was kind of okay. It wasn't really, but it was kind of okay. But I just feel like this had really interesting cliffhanger, and I was just stressed the whole time. I have to talk about The Kiss of Deception by Mary Pearson, because this isn't necessarily just a cliffhanger, but a major plot twist, because I was one of the people that got the peoples confused, and I don't know who else has read it and actually read it with the right idea, but it's very confusing to know who the prince and the assassin is in this story, because they are chapters by their names, but then there's also chapters with the prince and the assassin, and then I got it wrong, and then it happened at the end, and then stuff happened, and then I was like, oh my god, and like the note, I was stressed. Okay, and then I had to read the second book straight away, and I definitely think that the highlight of this series is this first book, because once you get into the other two, it becomes more about political shit and about falling in love, which I did enjoy, but like the political battle-y side of the series, I don't know, I just wasn't as invested. And then you get to the last book and it's so freaking big. I still enjoyed it though, but this book still gave me many emotions at the end. Next, I want to talk about Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. Like, I really enjoyed this story. I read it in a day, which doesn't happen anymore. But this book was actually kind of like semi-slow building up. Like, I really enjoyed the story, and it was from both perspectives of the sisters. So we got to see their journey doing things that they would not normally have done, but then they got swapped and then stuff went bad. But it just got to the end when it just seemed like there was no hope. And I was so stressed about stuff, especially when, again, there was another betrayal in this one, actually. So like, that was kind of expected in a sense. Like, I think from reading Red Queen, I kind of expect these things now. And the next book in the duology is still okay. Still a very simple story, like don't expect much from it, but I still had a really enjoyable time. I just want to say, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, you could actually mention every single book that ends, because every time you get to the conclusion of the story, you get so much more information but still don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like this is a really good series for cliffhangers, considering it is a mystery, and I think that the whole book is a cliffhanger, because there is always something that Stevie discovers that changes our whole opinion on the mystery. And there's been a couple that I was just like, my god, what? Like, I think the second book actually had a bigger reveal, because it kind of revealed who took the child, and I was so stressed about it. And then the third book reveals something about that whole situation, and I was like, oh my god. Like, this was such a good murder mystery case, and there is so much into it. Like, there's so much information, so much depth, so much different characters, so much feeling, so much vibe. I love this series so much, and I don't know if I'm gonna read something that just gives me the exact same feeling, because I loved it. And I couldn't think of anything else, so I just had to put Akamath on this list, because this was a really good cliffhanger, but I still felt hopeful. Empire of Storms, I wanted to die, but I felt somewhat hopeful with this. But the weight of Akamath to Akawar did kill me. Very, very slowly. If you were subscribed to me at the time, I just talked about this book non-stop. And I was just so sad. Like, my Wire Chronicles unboxing of Akawar, like, I nearly cried because I was so excited. And I wish I could get excited about books like that again, because I don't think it's happened since then. Like, that was the peak of me being so excited. I thought that I couldn't even control my emotions. Like, and I didn't even get spoiled for Akawar, which was really nice, because I did my reread and then I was still behind by like a couple of weeks, and I think that's what happened too, because I was still rereading Empire of Storms when Kingdom of Ash came out. So that's why I got spoiled, because I didn't finish my reread. But I just, oh, like, this book is so special to me still, and it just did have such a good cliffhanger. So guys, these are really all like great books. Like, I really enjoyed them, except like Red Queen is a great book, not a great series, is what I will stand by. That's a good way to phrase it. But I enjoy all of these stories, and the cliffhangers are really just like what keeps you alive sometimes when you're reading. Like, if stuff gets too boring, you just don't care anymore. So guys, that is all for today's 7 on Sunday. I hope you guys enjoy. I don't think I really want you to recommend me cliffhangers, because I still think that saying that there is a cliffhanger is kind of a spoiler, and then you look for something, and then sometimes it's not even that big of a cliffhanger, or the plot twist isn't that big, even though people talk it up. You make me be like a detective looking for it, and like looking for foreshadowing that isn't there. I feel like it is kind of a spoiler. That's why, like, I want to talk about it but not talk about it. Like, the ones who know, but the ones who don't, be intrigued and read them, because they're great. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!